Most people think wealth comes from luck or big breakthroughs, but there's a simple daily habit that quietly separates those who build wealth from those who struggle. It's not about how much money you earn. It's about how you manage time, decisions, and small financial choices every single day. Wealthy people consistently use this one trick without even thinking about it, while others often overlook it entirely. And over time, that small difference compounds into a massive gap. The real question is, are you paying attention to what actually grows money, or just working harder without a system? Today we will talk about rich people use this trick daily. Poor people ignore it. So before we start, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. 1. The trick that isn't really a secret. The phrase rich people use this trick daily. Poor people ignore it sounds like a hidden hack or shortcut, but in reality it refers to a consistent mindset and set of financial behaviors rather than a single action. The trick is the daily practice of thinking in systems, not moments, especially when it comes to money, time, and decision-making. Wealthy individuals tend to view every financial choice as part of a long-term chain reaction. Instead of asking, "What can I buy today?" they ask, "What impact will this have in 5, 10, or 20 years?" This shift in thinking changes everything. It turns small habits, like saving, investing, or learning, into powerful compounding tools over time. Meanwhile, many people who struggle financially often focus on immediate needs or short-term satisfaction, not because they lack intelligence, but because the system of thinking long-term was never built into their daily routine. 2. Daily awareness of money flow, cash flow tracking. One of the most common habits among financially successful people is daily awareness of money movement. This doesn't always mean strict budgeting in a restrictive sense, but rather understanding where money is coming from and where it is going. Many wealthy individuals or financially disciplined people regularly check expenses, investments, and income sources, even if they are automated. They treat money like a living system that needs observation. On the other hand, many people ignore small leaks in their finances such as subscriptions, impulse spending, or untracked expenses. Over time, these small leaks become major drains. The trick here is not complexity, it is awareness. If you cannot measure it, you cannot improve it. Wealth grows faster when there is clarity, and clarity comes from daily attention, not yearly panic during tax season or financial stress moments. 3. The power of compounding decisions. The second major habit is understanding compounding, not just in money but in decisions. Wealthy people understand that small actions repeated daily create exponential results. For example, investing a small amount consistently can grow significantly over decades due to compound interest. But compounding also applies to skills, relationships, and habits. Reading 10 pages a day, learning a new skill weekly, or networking consistently lead to opportunities that seem sudden but are actually built over years. People who struggle financially often underestimate this effect and expect fast results from large efforts instead of consistent ones. The trick is simple. Small improvements daily outperform big efforts done occasionally. Over time, this creates a gap that feels unfair but is actually mathematical in nature. 4. Delayed gratification as a financial strategy. Another key difference is delayed gratification. Wealthy individuals tend to delay short-term pleasure for long-term gain more frequently. This doesn't mean they don't enjoy life. Rather, they prioritize building assets before luxury. For example, instead of spending extra income immediately, they may reinvest it into businesses, stocks, or education. Poor financial outcomes often come from prioritizing immediate rewards, such as unnecessary purchases or lifestyle upgrades, before financial stability is built. The trick here is psychological control over impulses. Every time someone chooses to delay a purchase and redirect that money into something productive, they're essentially buying future freedom. Over time, these decisions stack up and create financial resilience that feels invisible in the moment, but powerful in the long run. 5. Income expansion versus expense expansion. Wealthy people focus heavily on expanding income streams, rather than expanding lifestyle expenses. This means they look for ways to increase earning capacity through skills, investments, businesses, or strategic opportunities. Meanwhile, many people unintentionally increase their expenses whenever income increases, a phenomenon often called lifestyle inflation. For example, a raise at work may quickly be absorbed in a higher rent, new gadgets, or upgraded consumption habits. The trick is not avoiding spending entirely, but ensuring that income growth outpaces lifestyle growth in a controlled way. When income increases faster than expenses, surplus capital is created, and that surplus becomes the engine for wealth building. Without this gap, financial progress remains stagnant no matter how hard someone works. 6. Learning as a daily financial habit. A lesser-known but powerful habit is continuous learning about money, business, and value creation. Wealthy individuals often spend time understanding markets, improving skills, or studying how money works in modern systems. This doesn't always mean formal education. It can be reading, mentorship, or observing patterns in industries. The key idea is that they treat learning as a daily investment, not a one-time event. In contrast, many people stop financial learning after school or avoid it due to perceived complexity. The trick here is that knowledge directly influences earning potential. The more you understand how value is created and exchanged, the better decisions you make with time and money. Over years, this knowledge gap becomes a major divider in financial outcomes. 7. Leveraging systems instead of only effort. Another important pattern is the use of leverage, systems, tools, and people that multiply effort. Wealthy individuals rarely rely only on personal labor. Instead, they build systems, investments that generate passive income, businesses that operate with teams, or digital assets that scale. Even simple automation like investing apps or recurring financial plans are forms of leverage. People who struggle financially often rely heavily on direct labor, trading time for money without building scalable systems. The trick is recognizing that time is limited, but systems are not. When you shift from working only harder to working smarter through leverage, income potential becomes less tied to physical effort and more tied to structure and design. 8. The real secret: consistency over time. At its core, the so-called trick rich people use daily is not one action, but consistency in small, intelligent behaviors repeated over time. Tracking money, making deliberate decisions, delaying gratification, increasing income capacity, learning continuously, and using leverage all work together like gears in a machine. Individually, each habit may seem small, but together they create exponential financial growth. The difference is not that one group knows a secret the other doesn't. It's that one group practices these behaviors daily with discipline until they become automatic. Over time, this consistency builds financial momentum that feels like luck to outsiders, but is actually the result of accumulated, intentional habits. Conclusion: the real trick was never a trick. At the end of all the ideas, spending habits, income patterns, compounding, systems, and psychology, the truth is actually very simple. There is no hidden shortcut that rich people secretly use while others are left out. What exists instead is a consistent way of thinking and behaving that compounds over time. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please give it the thumbs up, leave a comment, and click the button to subscribe.